Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. This is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check-in. This will be a classic read, so let's jump right in. It's a busy day, so just want to get in, have a quick look what's going on with those twins, and I'll carry on with my day because I'm catching up now on the requests for the readings, on some of the emails you guys have been emailing me, and also I started preparing for some serious TV show episodes around the personal astrology and tarot, because I want to make it good. I want to make sure it's well, basically something we can be proud of, and there is a lot that I want to put in information and also some visuals to make it exciting, interesting, realistic. Okay, and today I'm gonna be using my new tarot deck, the Good Tarot. So yeah, let's see how that works out. First of all, we'll start with an oracle card for Divine Feminines watching. Hope you guys are doing great. This is another interesting week of interesting energies. Okay, so for the feminines we have number 32, the Magic Prayer. Wow, I love it. I don't think I've actually gotten this card ever, I want to say. Maybe very long time ago. When you see the Magic Prayer card, it is a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you are in need. That said, the best prayer is, "Thy will be done through me, thy will and not mine be done." Conscious contact with your highest power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to Spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you. As long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power, be assured that you are on the right path, which we all aspire to be on the spiritual journey and on the twin flame journey. But this is just a reminder that sometimes all you need to do is pray or meditate. Connect to your higher power. Sometimes that's really out of your hands, but it doesn't hurt to establish that contact. For masculines, we have number 11, Balancing Act. Yeah, so masculines are really looking for ways to stay afloat, to keep going. It's like they're going through the stormy waters. That's what I'm getting for them. But they are, at least this time, they kind of have an intuitive feeling that it's worth fighting for. Like whatever is on the other side is worth fighting for, and they just need to make it through the storm, basically. Right? It's like, yeah, this is temporary, and yeah, I just need to stay strong and hold on to my head. Okay, let's see what we have with tarot. I hope you enjoyed the reading with this wonderful deck this last week. This is gonna be the second one that I'm doing with it. I even love the green malachite on this side. It's beautiful. 6 of Fire, look at that. The Victory card. But in this deck, it's also this beautiful sailing, kind of like... I do sense this is like a victorious sail, right? Like this is like we've won a battle and we're returning home victoriously, right? This is a celebration. But yeah, more than anything to me, it's a celebration here. Something wonderful, and it's great. I mean, we've all been through a lot the last couple of months, even energetically, and of course it will look very different for your physical space, but just as much. Queen of Pentacles, yeah, going back home to comfort, to nurturing space, to where we can be ourselves and you know, let our hair down, right? What's the saying? When you can, you know, put on your home clothes. You don't need to, I don't know, to always be alert, to always be socializing, right? You can just breathe out and be yourself and do yourself. That's the energy. For feminines, we have the Hermit clarified by 8 of Swords. So there's still certain kind of inner conflict or rather misunderstanding that I'm getting. Like there are unanswered questions. So maybe that's why you're asked to go to the higher power right now, feminines. There is something that still doesn't make sense. It doesn't sit well with the rest of the puzzle. Or there's just not a lot of information. For example, you haven't been in contact with your DM and you don't really know what's going on with them, and you haven't known for a while, right? So you're like, okay, I'm making all this progress, I've changed my life so much, but I still don't know what's going on their side, right? And there is some kind of internal dilemma and uneasiness about it, right? So go to your higher power, go to your prayer and ask the questions and ask for support, for signs, for synchronicities, for what you can know, right? Because obviously if you haven't had the information yet, it means you're not supposed to know. There's a good chance for some of you, I'm getting that there are certain transformations and changes that are in progress for your DM, like seriously work in progress. And if you hear an update at this point in time, it may sound disappointing on the surface because there's a lot happening behind the scenes, because there's just certain information that either you will not have access to because it's so private, like behind the scenes stuff, or it's just still not gonna make sense without all the context, right? But when it's done, then you'll have the result and then it'll be like, yes, that's what I need, or like this is the person I was waiting for, whatever it is, right? Like you'll get the result that you want. Whatever the ways are that the divine is using, that's, that could and will surprise us. For masculines, we have transformation, which is the death and rebirth. In this deck, it's called transformation, and 4 of Pentacles. This is exactly what I'm talking about, actually. Thank you. I wasn't looking at the cards, I just picked them up, but it's exactly what I'm talking about. There is transformation in progress happening for DMs, like literally. And this is the part where the phoenix is rising from the ashes, if you can see it here, right? This is the rebirth part. But like again, if you're gonna watch a video, whether it's Harry Potter or some other variations of what happens with the phoenix, of when they die, when they get reborn from the ashes, there are certain parts of this process that aren't pretty to look at. They're not that enjoyable, right? But when you see the phoenix rise and turn into a beautiful bird, then it's like, wow, this is beautiful. And you realize how much has happened to this bird. It's like, wow, this is magnificent. But sometimes it's best not to know what those intermediate states were. I would just say that definitely the masculines are holding on to what they know, what they understand, and that's why transformation is taking longer. It's maybe a little more painful, and that's why it's not like all glorious, like, yes, I found myself, I went into this spiritual retreat and found myself, right? For us feminines who usually have a lot more tools on the spiritual side, on the energetic side, we're a lot more aware and conscious in this process, right? We can do things like that, and we can introduce and even invite changes in our life in a more positive, coherent way. For a lot of masculines who almost like struggle through their karmic lives and resist a lot of times the more spiritual approach, learning to change their ways, right? Like this is a lot harder, and this is what we see here with the 4 of Pentacles, right? So they're still trying to stay with what they know, a lot of times because people around them stay with those truths, those templates, and they're like, well, like this is my reality, really, like that's what me and my friends are talking about, right? If I start treating women differently, like nobody will understand me in my circle, right? What are we gonna be, talking about the next Sunday we meet for a drink? something along those lines, right? So this, and I mean, yeah, I know it sounds silly, but you know that sometimes this is what's playing in our heads. And so yeah, it's taken longer, but it's happening. Additional question, Three of Air, clarified by Magician. I love this Three of Air actually in this deck, because like usually it would be Three of Swords, which is the heartbreak. And there is sadness here, and she's also covering like her chest and her throat, right? So it's both the heart and the throat chakra. But it's more like, okay, now I need time for myself kind of vibe, rather than the actual pain and suffering, right? And the Magician here is telling me that the twins are on their own, like each on their own, figuring out how to get out of heartache, how to heal, how to turn pain into power. How does the feminine do it? Three of Earth, another 3. I love this actually. And Ace of Wands, especially. I was just gonna say 3 is like the collaboration with the divine. But Three of Earth is actually a collaboration card. This is Three of Pentacles. Right? So there is, the feminines are doing that by working on their mission and purpose, doing their light work, getting excited about how they can help, what else they can learn, right? When you get out of your head and you see what you can do for others, and you can explore and you can learn and you can dive into your powers and skills, right? It naturally helps you heal the pain and suffering. For masculines, we have Messenger of Air, clarified by Two of Cups. I love this messenger is looking at the Two of Cups. So this is what the masculines are thinking about. So for them, the healing comes with the idea of what this connection would be and could be, right? With the thought of the bright future, the loving future. They do have actual, it's not like they just make it up. They do get visions. And I mean, remember that masculines are just as powerful with, you know, their psychic skills, with the light work, with the empathy, all these things, right? And because they're transforming, they're already getting more of this information, more of the they get more from their clairs. They get more actual visions, premonitions, dreams of what this would be, what this life would be together, right? And they're excited about this communication. They actually want to talk about it. If they're not ready to talk with the feminines, they want to talk with someone else, but about this, like what it would be like, what it will be like, right? Because some of them are still figuring out whether this is just a fantasy or this could be a reality. But even if it's a fantasy, it's still exciting, because they never really imagined that this version of life is possible for them. And that's what's healing. Beautiful. How are the feminines seeing the connection right now? The Fool, clarified by King of Wands. So the feminines are going all in into their elemental power, into working with the universe, with nature, and just bringing in their shamanic wisdom and the knowledge, and almost like being their own healer in this, right? And they know that this is the masculine energy, right? They know that by doing that, by being themselves, they're calling in the masculine. This one is actually playing like the horn. I don't know what's the correct name for this version of it. But it's like a natural call for the masculine, right? So the work on the connection continues, even if it doesn't look like that. Here we have another 3. So we had 3 threes. We're only missing, so we got Wands, Swords, and Pentacles. We're missing 3 of Cups. So this is like the time for having fun is kind of aside, right? For like the foolishness or going out, like it's like time for contemplation and serious work. So for masculines, we have 3 of Fire, clarified by 10 of Wands. So 3 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Masculines have set intentions with this new moon in Gemini, consciously or subconsciously. Remember, we're manifesting all the time, even if we don't realize it, to put the end to the burdens that they've been carrying for a very long time, getting some of us decades. And they know that it may not be a very easy journey, but that's why they got this magical sheep, magical sail that they're going to be using on this journey, right? So they have a lot more confidence in their power, that they're able to overcome it, that there is a better way to do this, that life shouldn't be about suffering. It's not serving anyone, even if these burdens are connected with their responsibilities for someone or something, you know, that may sound like something noble that they're doing, a very responsible thing that they're doing, but like, it's eating away of my power and my resources. It's making me miserable. I'm losing hope because of it. This is just not right. There must be a different way. So again, this is like a more of, I'm doing this thing on my own now. This is figuring out certain karmic knots and ties in order to be able to free themselves up and free up that energy potential, those resources, so that then they can come forward towards the feminine. Okay, I hope this was useful for you guys. Thank you so much for being with me. Please, please, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with others who may benefit from this kind of information. And until next time,